Imagine an apple. That represents the earth. And if you sliced it in half, and then in half again, you could take those three pieces and pull it aside, and that would represent our oceans, our water on earth, leaving a quarter of it. Take that quarter of an apple, that wedge, and cut it in half again, and pull one of the wedges away, leaving an eighth, and that would represent all the biomes that are not good for growing food, hard for growing food, the Arctic, deserts, things like that. Leaving that wedge, you would take and slice all the interior of the apple, leaving the skin, because the reality is we can only grow food in the biosphere and so deep into the soil. Then you would take that and you would cut that piece in half. So what's left is this little teeny sliver of skin, and that is a place where we can grow food. Converting an area that is a fabulous biome like ours, we're missing the mark. A farm like ours is its own little environment, its own ecosystem, and to get that back, I don't think it would happen in my generation.
Eastern Clallam County is an area that really defines itself based on its agriculture. It's been the backbone of its economy, it's core to its social fabric, and it is a key aspect of the open spaces that conserves this environment.
10, not 10, not 10. I got $3, not 3.10. 3.10 there, now 3.10, not 20, not 20, not 20.
This community was supporting hundreds and hundreds of farms, many say as many as 500 dairies that were commercially selling milk. Since the 1950s, we've seen a massive decline in that. We've lost 70% of our farmland. We're now down to just 2 dairies. It's getting down to a scale that's the minimum size available to keep a viable farm economy in place. And therefore, we've been working with this community to really conserve the farmland that's left. To date, North Olympic Land Trust has worked to conserve over 520 acres of farmland. Today, we're actively working to conserve 132 acres of farmland operated by the Smith family that helps keep their dairy, Maple View Dairy, in operation.
We grow corn right now, which most of it's in, but that'll be probably 3 years in corn, and then it'll be out into grass or some rotation. That keeps our fertility in good shape. We have vegetable seed crops. We have a spinach crop on there right now for seed, and then it'll be back to corn and grass as we go through the rotations. That's a really important part of our dairy feed program because it's close. We're very dependent on that, and we're getting more and more difficulty in finding ground to lease. So about half of our ground is leased ground, half of it's owned ground. As development happens in the valley, we're getting pressed more and more to find land. So it's really important. It's really an important part of keeping our dairy viable.
We're trying to find solutions that allow you to get both. We got to eat. We need a healthy place. We need clean water. We need clean air. We need places for people to live. There are solutions that we can get all of that. We just need the patience to help make them happen. And I think short-term decision-making on land can be really, really problematic.
Important to save farm ground because they quit making it. So there's only so much. And once we put houses on everything, where's the food come from? Farm ground is the easiest target for development because it's already cleared, generally fairly level. And, it's a lot easier to thump a road in there and pull some power and drill the wells.
What can community members do to really invest in this place? Well, it's a few things. One, buy local food. Get out, support your local farmers market. Go do a community-supported agriculture with your local farm. Make sure to talk with your friends about why you love this place and make it really relevant. Celebrate the wide open spaces, the big farmland, the remaining dairies. And then beyond that, what you can do for tomorrow is to support farmland conservation. Invest, donate to the efforts the North Olympic Land Trust and the community are doing to make sure this farmland remains available for farming forever.